congratulations, you made it to the master class, and because you made it to the master class, I'm going to create an opportunity for you at the end of the class today. So like I said, we commit 4 mistakes as teachers and parents. What are these mistakes? You see, what happens is when a student does not perform well, maybe a student does not do well in a particular exam. So what does she do? The students usually, they go to an authority figure. And as authority figures, how do we help them? What I've seen is a lot of teachers and a lot of parents, we tend to motivate them, isn't it? So motivation is important. Yes or yes? Absolutely no. Motivation does more harm than good. You see, when a child does not perform and goes to the authority figure tries to motivate by giving a list of whys to the child. Why the student should focus, why the student should do well, and why and why and why. Now these reasons motivate the child to take action. And then we also follow it up with a what to do list, the plan. So we have the whys, the reasons, and then we have the plan. Now, equipped with a plan and feeling totally pumped up, the student goes ahead and starts taking action. Surprise, surprise, after a few days, the student goes back to square one. The reason is because motivation is trash. Because motivation does not last long. It's like the fizz in the soda can. It's there now and it's not there the next moment or after some time. Too much dependency on motivation will affect the child's self-esteem. Let me explain that to you. What happens is we ask the child to stay motivated, stay focused. I've heard teachers say things like, you know what, ma'am, did this our student, this particular boy or this particular girl, she needs a lot of motivation, she lacks motivation, and that's the reason why she's not able to do it. So this idea, this lie gets inside our head. We start believing that it's all about motivation and I should be motivated as a student, and then I feel motivated for some time, and the moment I start losing motivation, I start losing confidence. I start feeling that something is terribly wrong with me, and that is why I'm not feeling that motivation anymore. The self-esteem takes a hit here. But then when someone tells this child it's not about motivation, motivation doesn't last. It's okay not to be motivated every day. The child might try to find the lost confidence. Now you see, do not go to motivation because it doesn't last. And then we talk about willpower. The all-powerful, the almighty willpower. And I've seen people say this a lot of times. If you have willpower, you will make it. You will climb hills, you will win battles, you will be there and be doing everything in your life. Willpower, have willpower. Let me tell you, willpower, believing that willpower is the key to your success is a lie that was sold to you. It's a myth that needs to be destroyed. It's done enough harm. Willpower will not help you achieve excellence in life. It's just the start. Let me explain this. Willpower is the mental faculty of your conscious mind. It's a good start, but it doesn't help you reach your destination. It'll help you start, but it doesn't help you reach your destination. The reason is, willpower is a part of your conscious mind, your conscious brain. And if you want to bring a transformation, a change in your life, you need to make changes where change can actually happen. That's your subconscious mind. Unless you go to the place where change happens, willpower is not going to help you. So we rely too much on willpower. And willpower is a part of a mind that cannot help you bring the transformation that you want. So what do we do here? We need to find ways that would bring a transformation inside your subconscious mind. Now you see, it's not willpower. That's your mistake number 1, going to motivation. Mistake number 2, willpower. And mistake number 3, it's an error in thinking. We believe that it's all about positive thinking. You've got to be positive. You've got to be thinking positive always. Please get this. You face a mirror and you keep repeating to yourself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, or I'm good in math, I'm good in math, I'm good in math. No, that's not going to bring a change. Traditional positive thinking. It's not, because like I said, the change needs to happen at a deeper level. You just keep repeating few affirmations, it's not going to help you. It's like going in a car, traveling in a car on a road full of potholes. And then you're a positive thinker and you keep saying to yourself, no potholes, no potholes, no potholes. It'll damage your car. So it's not positive thinking either. It's not going to help you. And then mistake number 4 is, sometimes, teachers and parents teach their students, children, a few memory techniques that are available in a 100-rupee book. And we believe that these memory techniques would come to their rescue in the examination hall. Far from it. The linking method, pegging method, and your story method, all these are good for a demonstration in a party. But it's very difficult to apply them on studies. They're good, but then they don't produce the results that we want to produce. They don't produce lasting results. So it's not about your regular memory techniques. So where do we go now to bring about a change that's important? Now you see, people study math, people study physics, people study different subjects that they are interested in. And I chose to study success itself because success is a subject that needs to be studied. There is a structure behind achievement, and that can be studied, and that's exactly what I did. I immersed myself to learn how results are produced. I've studied more than 500 books for more than 13,000 hours. And there are a lot of distinctions and ideas that I learned, and I'm going to share with you 3 such brilliant ideas. Pay close attention. When we don't produce results, it's always good to go to what I call the psychology of performance. Now you see, everyone's got a certain mindset towards different departments in life. I've got a mindset towards relationships, I have a mindset towards business, I have a mindset towards my career. Similarly, students have got a mindset towards studies. An average mindset towards studies would get you average results in the exam. A below average mindset towards studies would get you a below average result in the exam. And if you have the mindset of a rank holder, your child will become a rank holder. It's not the capacity of your child. It's not that, your elder son is super intelligent and the younger daughter is dumb. No. That's not how the cookie crumbled. We are intelligent species, but then how much of intelligence we tap into depends on the psychology we have towards that particular department in life. So you see, stop motivating your children and focusing too much on willpower. Instead, work on their psychology, because once their mindset, their psychology changes, everything falls in place. They don't need motivation any longer because they will be internally inspired to do things. Now, once we get their psychology straight, the next pillar that we go to is called behavior modification technologies. Now, you see, we got the psychology straight, but then there are behaviors, so-called distractions. You know how it is these days. A lot of teenagers hooked on to video games, social networking sites, trash television, and whatnot. Now, these behaviors are ingrained in their reptilian part of the brain. They are hardwired inside. So no amount of positive thinking is going to help them unless you use certain behavior modification technologies, techniques, and go to the part of the brain where these behaviors are hardwired and rewire their behaviors. It's going to be very difficult for us to change our behaviors, to change our habits, and to change our routines. Now, how do I know this? You see, I was a smoker once. I was a chain smoker. And using these principles, these pillars, I gave up smoking. It's been more than a decade now. I taught the same ideas and techniques to one of the doctors here in Bangalore. Now this doctor was smoking for more than 3 decades. He was a smoker for more than 3 decades and he gave up. He never relapsed. That is the power of these technologies, because they change you where change is required. And you see, and of course, there are students who gave up trash television, junk food, and started reorienting themselves towards what actually matters in the long run. So we work on their behaviors using behavior modification technologies. And finally, we go to something what I call accelerated learning. You must have heard this term. Now you see, I have developed a few copyrighted accelerated learning systems. Now what is accelerated learning? Accelerated learning is learning according to your brain's design, learning more in less time. Usually what happens is students who are good in math, they don't like history, and students who are good in history, for some reason they don't like math. But then accelerated learning helps you learn all these subjects, master all these subjects, because you are learning according to the brain's design. Different subjects stimulate different parts of the brain, and that's exactly what accelerated learning addresses. So we get the psychology straight, we work on the behaviors, and then we teach them how to learn. Learning how to learn is critical for academic success. So once we focus on accelerated learning, the student is equipped with tools, ideas, and techniques that would make him or her exceptional at whatever he or she does. I had a student who failed in his math exam throughout his schooling. And then when he learned all these things, you know what happened after his 10th? He started scoring 100 on 100 in the subject that he failed throughout. That's mathematics. It was a miracle for him, and especially people who witness this. But if you look at what happens behind the screens, it's no more a miracle, because every miracle has a structure to it. And once you learn that structure and install it inside your head, you will produce miracles in your life. And I welcome you to learn the structure of success in one of my seminars. And this is the opportunity that I was talking about. I am on a global book tour. I've authored this book called Hidden Secrets of the Topper's Mind. I'm visiting 100 different cities all across the world. And I should be coming to a city near you, or maybe to your city. And the moment you learn about my seminar, you get to know about my seminar, make sure you are a part of it. And I promise you that you're going to learn something that's even more profound than what I just shared. And I just hope that this piece of knowledge that I shared with you today has helped you in some way. And you can, of course, organize my seminars in your organization or in your institution. All you need to do is give us a call, get in touch with us, and check my available dates and get me on. Get me on the stage and let me set the stage on fire. Your soul's on fire. Let's together evolve, let's together transform, and let's together help our students, help our teachers perform at exceptional levels. Looking forward to meet you someday. Until then, take charge of your lives. This is MD Ahmed, the author of Hidden Secrets of the Topper's Mind.